Hey everybody, it's the Daily Dash, I'm Dash Retro, and we're playing The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. It looks like today is gonna be Maggie, and I got myself a new mic. I might sound just a little bit different, and you know, the game might be a little too loud, I'm not sure. There might be some weird audio stuff, don't know. This is my first time using a brand new mic. And, well, we will definitely sacrifice a heart to grab number 1, and immediately get that heart back from, whatchamacallit, our Yum Heart. And then take damage too, just because, you know, I felt like maybe I cheated a little bit with Yum Heart there, so that made up for it. I want to go into the curse room, so I'd like to get another charge on Yum Heart and possibly that half heart back. Oh, look at that. This game is just, it's listening to me. Always like to see that. Now, one thing I'm not positive about with daily runs yet is that, the first run I did was Lilith. Oh, jeez. I gotta pay more attention. And, it had this over here on the screen on the left side, next to the DR, meaning it's the daily run. We could see this thing here, this, like, stiletto heel looking thing. I don't know what that is. Does that mean we just have to kill Mom? Is that like... I don't know. The reason I bring it up, this, by the way, is purgatory, waiting for these flies sitting above rocks. It is just... Ooh, it's the worst. Okay. So, on the Lost Run, I think it was the Lost Run, I noticed that it was a heart instead. Or maybe it was yesterday's. And that meant that the daily run would end once we defeated Mom's heart. So, that must be what this means, is it's just saying how long it goes, but I don't know what that particular icon there is. So, there's that. I'm thinking maybe it's supposed to be regular Mom, because that's the only one of those, like, post-it things that doesn't have a really obvious... Or that's the only one of the game's big bosses that doesn't have a... post-it icon already, is defeating regular Mom, so maybe that's just when this one ends. I mean, it does kind of look like cracks, like it's the crack in Isaac's door before, you know, he hides in the first place, so could be something like that. Magic Scab, I love it. Of all the, you know, my two favorite just health up items to get from a boss, well, I guess, of course, would be the Halo and Magic Mush, because those are both all stats ups. Magic Mush being a significantly greater all stats upgrade than the Halo, for the record, but both great nonetheless. The other good ones, though, if we're not talking all stats ups, you know, what is the stat that I like to see raised along with my health? Well, clearly it would probably just be the two stats I like the most, damage and luck. So... so Magic Scab I like a lot, and then I also like, I'm gonna wait to pick this up just in case like a Degas rune appears or something. I don't want to screw myself with a shitty item. But yeah, I guess my whole thing that I was about to say about what my favorite health upgrade plus other stat upgrade is sort of meaningless, because all I'm really doing is saying what stats I like the most, and, you know, I'm a big luck fan. I really think that, you know, an early on luck upgrade just creates way more stat upgrades later in the game, you know. It's early to get... Or it's better to get a luck upgrade early on than a damage upgrade early on, because a luck upgrade means that you'll probably then get Steven out of a chest, get Cricket's head out of a chest, get, I don't know, Guppy, something, out of red chests or whatnot. I mean, luck affects a lot of stuff, and then all just the extra stuff that happens around the floor as well. Just consumables that you get from beating stuff. So we're fighting Fistula. I don't love that, since I haven't really checked out the floor yet, but it doesn't look like it's gonna be too bad here. You know, I mean, number 1 does a lot, and it's not one of those number 1 pickups where range is really that big of a problem, even though, of course, as these things usually go, I get hit because of my range as I say that, but, I mean, I'm the only one who's really to blame for that. So let's just finish up this Fistula. I am going to check out the rest of the floor. I'd like to see our what that treasure actually is in the treasure room. But, you know, we gotta secure our devil deal that we're probably not gonna take. Yeah, so I'm not gonna take any of these single deals, but I do like to come in here for the chance for free devil items, such as guppy items. I don't know what Addicted does. I think it might just be a visual. Oh, magic mush. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Look how good our range is, even with number 1 now. Ooh, that is sweet. I mean, I'm excited now. I totally forgot what I was even talking about. Oh yeah, I like to go into devil deals. I think I say this every time. You know, here's the thing. I like to get angel rooms more than devil rooms, and so it creates this dilemma of whether I should even enter the first devil room when it pops up. And you might think, well, why not? What's the harm in going in there? You have a chance to get stuff like pills or soul hearts or guppy items for free without locking yourself into devil rooms. True, that is the reason. That is the pro for going. I'm taking this item, and I really hope it doesn't fuck me. Okay, it's just the poop. I'm gonna keep the heart. The reason that you wouldn't go into the devil room, though, is because items like Brimstone, Mom's Knife, or Lil Brimstone, if those show up, those are special items, and they will actually increment your special stat just by being there. Just you entering that room and seeing it will get it out of the pool, which also will increment your special stat. Which means then, when you get an angel room later, you have a lower chance to get Sacred Heart or Godhead because you've already seen one special item. So that is why it's always a dilemma for me on whether I actually want to enter the first one or just completely ignore it. Most of the time I'll go into it though, because it's hard to resist that possible, you know, Guppy's Paw or something that might be sitting in a red chest. Let's go in here. Soul Convoida. Nothing I'm too excited about. That card I'm a little interested in, since, you know, it could be a Joker card. But we will, we'll see what happens here with my money situation. You know, I'm not interested enough to spend 5 out of my 7 cents, let's put it that way. This thing's gonna explode, so I gotta get a little further away before I hit that. We've got a rainbow poop, and I, for once, didn't accidentally pop the rainbow poop during the fight. So if we find a blood bank, that could be very good for us. Question mark pill. Well, that's interesting. It gave me the same effect, the same, like, head flare as, Blue Cap does. So that's interesting. These guys, they're still just as tricky. I mean, it's funny how you would think that it wouldn't be tricky for them to shoot in diagonals, but that's exactly what makes it tricky, is that you're always like trying to dodge out of the way of them as you're shooting at them, and that gets you hit by those diagonals. I'd like to fight the boss to get the maximum chance for a devil deal, or angel room actually at this point. However, couple things leaning me toward exploring the floor first. One of them, well, a double stone chest is nice. Ah, it got me another soul heart. One of them is just that I want to see the regular treasure room first. You know, once you get into the caves, this is when you can start fighting things like Mega Fatty, which tend to, when I'm a character as slow as Maggie and haven't gotten any speed upgrades yet, Mega Fatty can actually be a bit of a problem. So, wouldn't like that to happen. Also, there's always a chance that I can pick up Rosary Bead somewhere, and that, of course, raises my chance to get a Heaven Room as opposed to a Devil Room. So that's always a good thing as well. Trying to still play just a little bit faster than I usually do, especially since I'm very satisfied with our damage and tiers at this point. Of course with our tiers since we picked up number 1, but then that Magic Mush pickup was just no joke. I always want more though. Give me Synth Oil, give me meat, give me... well, those are boss items, but I'd also like to see Steven and Cricket's Head from Golden Chests. And of course, If the devil is offering Death's Touch, I might not be able to... Okay, I don't know what this item is. I mean, it's a D12, clearly. Rerolls rocks. Well, that... I mean... What? Okay, let's just lay down a couple bombs here on these. Just kind of get all the 4s that I can hit, and then hit this just for fucks. And, wow, what a weird item. I mean, is that really good, though? I don't know. I feel like I should stick with Yumheart. Come back here. Now that we have number 1, we just gotta make sure that we pee on all the poop. Really, we don't have to, though. I just really wanted to say the phrase pee on all the poop. Or just pee on the poop in general. Let's go into this curse room. We have a fool card, so we only have to spend a little bit to do it. No reason to go back into that shop. We don't have an arcade, so yep, let's just keep it moving. Gertie. Oh, and it's easy Gertie, too. This one just sits here and spawns stuff. And when we're shooting as fast as we do with number 1, that is no problem. Or just generally having this high of stats at this point in the game, this is really no problem at all. Piercing shots also makes this super easy. But I mean, if you're having like a bad Eden start, where you have super low tiers, not good damage, this fight can just turn into purgatory. Alright, another damage upgrade. When I was talking about meat and synth oil earlier, Pentagram, another very good one, also raises my chance for extra devil or angel rooms in the future. I know it raises the chance for devil rooms. If you're on angel room precedent, I'm not sure about that. I mean, I'm sure it does. I really do think it does just raise them both, but I'm not sure. You never know. It might raise your chances of getting a devil deal, but then also, like, specifically make it more likely that it's a devil deal and not an angel room. I'm not sure about something like that. Flex was telling me the other day, just like yesterday, that he thinks the wafer might increase chances for angel rooms now, but I'm not sure about that. Ooh, golden bomb. Haven't seen very many of these yet. Whoa! But now if anything on this floor looks like it could use a bomb, we will bomb the shit out of it. So it would be a good time to have that D12, huh? That seems like an interesting item. One of those ones, though, where it's like... Here's kind of the issue that I get into with designing more and more items for The Binding of Isaac, is that when they made Rebirth, there's all these new mechanics that they were able to introduce, like just items that did interesting, actually new mechanically different things. Like, let's actually think of one here. Well, let me get to what my actual point is. This is from Original Isaac, but just the idea of rerolling items, right? The D6. What a cool thing. Like, items are a really important thing in The Binding of Isaac, and then being able to reroll them, very cool. But then you've got, you know, it's so popular that now it's like, well, what are all the different things in the game that we can think of to re-roll? And of course, the first shitty one that we got, because the D20 was also great, you know, re-rolling consumables. But now what do we have? We have the D4, which re-rolls your character. That's okay. Then we have the D100, which just re-rolls all 3 of those things. You know, it's like, okay, we get it. Then you have things like the D10, rerolling enemies. Well, that item sucks, because rerolling enemies is not helpful at all. And don't even tell me that it's good. I get that every once in a while there's a certain enemy that you don't want, and when you use it, it just happens to give you an enemy that isn't as bad. But overall, it is a terrible item. And now that one too. It's like, okay, what else can we allow them to re-roll? Rocks, I guess. Like, I guess that's a thing that you can re-roll. And you can make up situations for when it would be interesting. But at the same time, it's just like excuses to make more dice. Not necessarily even excuses to make more dice, like that's what they really wanted to do, but just sort of a no-brainer of an item that is too much of a no-brainer is kind of what I'm thinking. For example, here's another example. People on Reddit were saying that they really want an item like Blank Card that works for pills. And it's like, yeah, I get it, you know, there's Blank Card and it works with cards, and that's cool, so we should get one for the other consumables, right? Well, I don't necessarily think that would be a great item, because the thing about cards is that they have short-term effects. You know, they teleport you, they drop a consumable on the ground, they make you stronger for the room, they tell you that Chubb dislikes smoke. Something like that is what a card does. A pill does something like your stats are permanently changed, and that kind of thing. The pills that have worse effects are generally ones that people don't, or the pills that don't have permanent effects are the ones that we don't care about and we wouldn't be multiplying anyway, you know, like Are You a Wizard and Explosive Diarrhea. You know, maybe Lemon Party. It would be really good with Lemon Party, sure. But the point is, it would be really nuts and not necessarily a good thing to have an item that lets you just pump up your stats infinitely, and that kind of thing. Or just have a full health card. Well, even though you can already do that with Blank Card and Sun Card, I guess. I'm just saying that it's, you know, and I'm making my point less clear because I'm sitting here and arguing with myself about it, but the idea is that just because we have Blank Card for cards doesn't mean we need it for pills. There's a little bit more to consider than just the fact that these two game mechanics haven't been jammed together yet. So I'm still happy with our stats. I would like to see a fun tier effect at some point soon here, though. I mean, right now we're kind of moving along with, without really getting any fun stuff. I guess I'll take the candle to help with that a little bit. You know, to give us some other method of attack, because that's what I'm not totally happy with right now. It's like, yeah, our stats are fine, but we're still just shooting regular tiers. They're not piercing, they're not spectral. They don't explode, they don't create holy beams of light. They don't charm. Nothing's happening with them. I don't think we can get all four. Death. I don't know if that's even really doing more damage than I'm already doing, though. Let's see. Crackjack. This should give me a trinket. Goat. Hoof. Get your shit together, Angel Rooms. This isn't exciting at all. Whoa, don't get that Eternal Heart on me. I don't want that yet. But I do want this key piece. What the hell just gave me a luck up? What? Okay, not sure what just gave me a luck up, but okay. And I'm gonna stick with Burnt Penny instead of the Goat Hoof, even though we don't have any real speed up. Well, we got Shot Speed. We got Speedball. I don't know, I mean, I guess that's enough for me, because I'm not taking a speed upgrade. I just think all the Penny trinkets are so good, especially Bloody Penny. Oh man, Bloody Penny is good. As long as you're not running on Soul Hearts, of course. But if you are Still using red hearts. I mean, you can turn an arcade into so many consumables with just a single blood bank. You're pretty much guaranteed to get either an IV bag or a blood bag to pay out, and if you get an IV bag, you basically have infinite money. It's pretty great. Bloody Penny is a great trinket. Let's try and get 4 skulls here. No dice. Let's see, Chaos, Justice. I'll take the Chaos card. That'll help us take down the boss very quickly because time is important to our score. But I am a score guy, really, and not much of a time guy. So really, when I talk about picking up the pace and trying to play a bit faster than usual, it's for my score. I'm not trying to top the time leaderboards because that's just not totally my style yet. You know, we might get to that point where I need some extra driving factor, some extra rush. No pun intended. But we're not there yet. I just want to get a good score. I'm gonna start trying to break the game on these though, and you know, unfortunately, breaking the game does mean that you have to slow down a bit, and when the game is broken, you have to slow down a lot. But hey, when the game's broken, I just want to see what kind of score you can get. I have a feeling the score wouldn't be that good because it takes so long to actually sit there and work through all your broken shit to get something that's really good. However, you do pick up a lot of items, and by that I mean if you do it right, you can pick up every item in the game, especially now that Chaos is a thing, the item Chaos. Holy shit, broken runs are going to become so much more insane and broken. We're going to be able to get every devil item and every angel item a lot more easily, I should say. Looking for something like a Joker card here. There's one. Whoops. There we go. Man, I was playing last night, and I think it was, I don't know what happened. I had to fight Pin on a... Boy, by the way, it feels really good. So I have this new mic and I put a pop filter on it. I don't really know how to use a pop filter. I just kind of hooked it on and hoped for the best. But I did a little bit of testing. Sounds pretty good, and it feels really good to be able to just say things like, I was fighting Pin the other day, and not worry about it sounding like shit on the microphone. But anyway, I was fighting Pin in a small room, in a tiny little room, and it had like 4 of those, these things are a pain. Oh geez, I'm taking way too much damage. It had like 4 of those diagonal moving skull heads in it, and I am already just really bad at dodging diagonal things. I also think Pin's eyes are particularly tough to dodge because of the way that your tears can knock them around. Just all kinds of shit like that going wrong. Let's fight this boss while we're here because of Curse of the Blind. I don't want... Oh my god, it's Mom already? We already did Depths 1? Okay, well, I guess this is probably the end of the run. And I'm probably not going to get a very good score because, yeah, not using this to my advantage. I guess we did sort of rush to the boss, though. But anyway, it was just a nightmare because with those 4 skulls, plus Pin's eyes bouncing around, plus it's a tiny room, like, I had a great run going, and it just kicked the shit out of me. I couldn't believe how much damage I took, and I ended up just losing. I had probably 6 or 7 hearts going in there, and I think it was a blue baby run, so, you know, when you really get a blue baby run going, it's all the more tragic to lose it. So here we are at the end of the daily. Indeed, I was right. That's some kind of crack icon over there, which means that it ends at mom. I wish I would have had a little bit more exploration on the end there. But, whoa, we actually did a lot better than usual. 1,700 is a pretty good score that I'm pretty happy with. Let's see. None of my friends have done the daily yet, though, so I don't get to make fun of them yet. But I hope you enjoyed the daily. I certainly had fun playing it. I'll see you next time on the Daily Dash. Bye-bye!